All right, let's roll, baby. 3, 2, 1. I got asked the other day, which is a great question, and I figured I'd create a video and share a little bit more about this. But I got asked, what are the big things for me that are non-negotiable throughout the day? And I thought this was an interesting question, and while there are no absolutes and every day is a little different, these are my heavy hitters, the things that really I think of 7 out of 7 or 6 out of 7 days pretty much all the time. So for me, I'm a big fan of cold showers, usually in the morning, but I'll do them at different points throughout the day or whenever I'm going to shower. And for me, the cold shower signifies that I can do hard things. So if nothing else, like you're doing taxes, do you want to sit down and do taxes? No. But it's one of those things that you took a cold shower. It makes it easier to know that you can do hard things. You can do annoying things, that you have the capacity to handle stress. That's one. Two, you get this amazing high for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes afterwards where you're just like almost euphoric. It's an unreal feeling. And three, your body feels good. Like it does help cut down inflammation. So it does feel good. That's one thing. Second thing is I love getting in cars, and that's something I'll hit every day, whether it's the full body, every single joint, or at a minimum, I'll get shoulders and hips and spine. So all in all, I have a minute to maybe 5 or 6 minutes worth of a total time commitment throughout the entire day. And basically, cars are just putting each individual joint through its fullest range of motion. So it basically helps you understand that this is the range of motion that your joint has, and it preps it. So if you find that you slip walking on a trail, or you go to bend over and pick something up, if you haven't been in that position in a long time and you find yourself there, that's how people end up with like slip disc bending over to pick up a piece of paper or tie their shoe. So this is one of those things where for me, I view it as like super cheap insurance to make sure you're staying durable and feeling really good. So those are so far the two things, the cold showers and the cars. Then from there, for me, it's a nutrition focus. I do have times in my life where I'll track food and I'll be super aware of nutrition. However, a lot of times, most of the year, I'm not that aware. Like I'm aware, but I'm not tracking. So I'm not, looking at everything and weighing everything. That's only every once in a great while. Usually it's twice a year for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. The rest of the time, I just be aware of what I'm eating. So instead of just zoning out and eating what I'm, is randomly in front of me, I think about the things that may really move the needle for me personally. For me personally, it's eating an adequate amount of food to support the movement that I'm doing, but it's not going so hard and so far above what my intakes are and what my movement is. So I'm basically just maintaining homeostasis, trying not to gain weight, trying not to lose weight, and supporting movement. 2, I try to make sure that every meal has a level of protein in it, because protein is one of those things, especially if you don't have time to train or life is really busy and stressful, where it's one of those things where that's going to help maintain muscle mass, that's going to help with maintaining the bone density, which is something that as people age is super important. And the other thing is, more than any other macronutrient, protein has the highest thermic effect of feeding, meaning it takes work for your body to break down protein. So in a sense, it's like a tax write-off in that while it does still count as calories going in, part of that is going to processing those calories once you eat them. So there's a level of basically they're 20% off, if you will. Those are the big things. And then the final thing is I try to get, or last two things, the second to last is I try to get in as much non-exercise activity as possible. So it's one of those things where like if I'm going to hop on a work call, I'll put headphones in and go for a slow walk. Nothing where you'd ever know that I'm out walking, but it's something where I think more clearly. And all of a sudden, I might get 3,000 steps in a 30-minute phone call, and I find that I actually handle the phone call better because I'm moving and I'm more creative and I'm down-regulated and I'm not seeing things in the house that are leading to stress and getting me pulled away from my conversation. And with that too, it's one of those things where like, as I'm doing things in the kitchen, like cooking, if I have a minute where I'm waiting to stir something again, I might do my neck cars as I move around. I might add in those little things that are seemingly insignificant, But over time, if you did that every single day, you just had 365 days of getting in a gentle bit of movement, and now your neck pain that you was plagued with for years is gone. And it's all from doing something that seemingly seemed insignificant at the time. And then the final thing is being aware of controlling your state. So if you notice that, like, the reason anxiety and depression is off the charts right now is people have a hard time regulating where they're at. So you can really influence that by being aware of your breathing. So for me, it's just a conscious reminder anytime I think of it, and I have different reminders that help kick this off in my mind, to be aware of nose breathing, be aware of slowing down my breath rate. And a lot of times maybe it's box breathing where I take 4-second inhale, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and I'll do that 3, 4, 5 rounds, and I feel a significant difference. And if you do that 2-3 times during the day while being aware of nose breathing, you're gonna come out on top in a huge capacity. So it's one of those things where those are my heavy hitters for maintaining a really, really solid life. And they're things that you're already going to do anyways, or you can bake them into things that you already do. So you're not adding extra stuff to your day. You're basically just helping to optimize or improve what you're doing and adding these little things that are going to make a really big impact in a month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years from now. So I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know what are basically non-negotiables for you. What makes a huge difference for you that is something that maybe other people don't know about. So thanks for sharing, and I'm here if you need anything.